All right, guys. So if you need any more evidence that actual not people who just voted for him, but people who are MAGA people, people who are true Donald Trump supporters. If you need evidence that they're in a cult, I've found an excellent litmus test for you. So first, let me pull up the exact picture that Donald Trump used as evidence that he was in MS-13 after he got in trouble for violating fucking court order to do whatever he could to bring him back. We're just going to sit with this and let it sink in for a moment. A vast majority of the world doesn't need anything further. Like, actually, you don't even need the Facebook post thing, the Micah Irfan deal, and his statement. You don't need it. The picture itself is all most people need to know that it was obviously photoshopped. Like it's I shouldn't need to go into detail here. Look at it. It's obviously superimposed on top of the photo. Like, I you can't help people if they can't see that. But in case you needed more, we're going to dig into it. Again, this shouldn't even be necessary. So we've got people who are either hardcore Trump never lies, in which case there's no hope for them. They should just be put down. It would be the humane thing to do. Or you've got people who are honestly just as retarded who are saying, I don't know. I mean, it could be real. I mean, I've got one person saying it's real and the other person saying it's not. I'm not an expert. Like, that's just as stupid to me. Like, look at the fucking picture, dude. Look at it. But if you need more, we're going to get into more here. On April the 29th, 2025, in an interview with ABC News, Donald Trump said Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed. He has MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. So what he's doing is the ABC reporter actually cares about facts, and he said that is contested and there's evidence to show that it's fake, that the picture is not real. And Trump just kept fighting it, and he kept on, like, kept going and kept going like he always does. He hopes that if he keeps pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, then at the very least his supporters will believe him. And he always does this. It should be obvious by now. So, of course, it's rated pants on fire. It's an absolute freaking bald face fucking lie. Like, an absolute lie. If your time is short, The figures MS 1 and 3 and words below the symbols don't appear in other photographs of Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia's hand, including one shared by the Salvadoran government. Experts in MS-13 and other gangs say the pictorial tattoos shown are not typical designs for MS-13 or other gangs. And yeah, it's covering it here. Morin tried to move on. He was trying to be like, yeah, obviously this guy is retarded and or just straight up lying, and he's not going to move from it. So let's just go on to other matters. And but Trump continued, Terry, do you want me to show you the picture? He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. After Morin again tried to shift to a question about Ukraine, Trump said that Abrego Garcia has got MS-13 on his knuckles. Trump's ABC News interview goes far beyond the impression he left when he shared an image on Truth Social of what he said were Abrego Garcia's finger tattoos. Trump insisted in the ABC News interview that MS-13 appears on Abrego Garcia's hand as a clear sign of gang affiliation, which is part of the evidence used to deport him. When we asked the White House for comment, a spokesperson said that any law enforcement or immigration official with on-the-ground experience could link Abrego Garcia's tattoos to the MS-13 gang. The figures MS1 and 3 and the words below the symbols don't appear in other recent photographs of Abrego Garcia's hand, including one that Salvadoran government officials took when Abrego Garcia met with Senator Chris Van Hollen, Democrat from Maryland, on April the 17th. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, shared it on X. I can't make it really bigger. You can't see it, but I clicked the link. Anyhow, going back. So this is clear evidence that it's a lie. If you needed more, even obviously Bukele or Bukele, however you pronounce it, is on Trump's side. He's covering for him. He's doing whatever Trump wants. And he himself posted the pictures that prove that Abrego Garcia does not have that fucking tattoo. So what this does is it makes you automatically question it. So if there were legitimate reasons for deporting Abrego Garcia, it should be very easy to provide evidence for it. That we have absolute factual evidence that it was doctored should automatically make you go, what the fuck? Because it means that they're making up bullshit stories or whatever the fuck. They're not even trying very hard. I'd have no fucking experience with Photoshop, but I could have done a way better job than that. It's like a fucking third grader fucking did it. The tattoos also do not appear in a family photo of Abrego Garcia shared by immigration advocates. MS-13 experts told PolitiFact that none of the pictorial tattoos in the photograph is a known signifier of MS-13. This is Trump with his Truth Social post where he tried to pass this off. All of the men were deported without due process. The government didn't present evidence of their gang membership before a judge in the deportation case, and the migrants weren't given the opportunity to defend themselves. So when Abrego Garcia was arrested in March 2019, a police informant told police he was an MS-13 member, according to a report known as a gang-filled interview sheet. A judge initially ruled in 2019 that government evidence about Abrego Garcia's gang membership was, quote, trustworthy and was upheld on appeal. Later, two federal judges ruled that the government's information was unsupported. It was based on clothing Abrego Garcia wore at the time of his 2019 arrest and information from what a since-fired police officer called a confidential source. He was probably a racist and just wanted to get rid of him. Abrego Garcia's attorneys say the MS-13 gang membership accusation was fabricated. Abrego Garcia's attorney have sought to reverse his deportation, but the government has argued that since he left U.S. jurisdiction, it cannot take action. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the government must facilitate Abrego Garcia's release. Abrego Garcia has since been moved to a lower security prison, according to news reports. As for the pictorial tattoos on Abrego Garcia's hand, marijuana leaves, crosses, and skulls are widely used by people who do not belong to gangs. Gang crime experts say they did not stand out to them as MS-13 markers. I don't believe a dangerous individual would have such anodyne and farcically generic tattoos on his hand, said Liliana Castaneda Rossman, a California State University San Marcos Emerita professor of communication and author of the book Transcending Gangs, Latina Story, Their Experience. Sean Kennedy, a former federal public defender in California and now a Loyola Law School professor, said that in his experience representing and interacting with current and former MS-13 members, the tattoos in the photo don't look familiar to me. Such designs are out of character with typical MS-13 tattoos, Kennedy said. Within MS-13 culture, such markings would likely be frowned upon and even viewed as a sign of cowardice, as they could be interpreted as an attempt to hide or downplay gang affiliation, Kennedy said. That type of concealment goes against the gang's norms, which often demand bold, visible demonstrations of identity and loyalty. Charles Katz, director of Arizona State University's Center for Violence Prevention and Community Safety, concurred. While Katz said that local law enforcement would be more familiar with specific tattoo designs in a given region, I have worked on issues related to MS-13 for the past 15 years in El Salvador, and the U.S. and I have never seen tattoos or graffiti suggesting that these particular tattoos are associated with MS-13. Experts said tattoos can be helpful in identifying gang members as long as they are one of multiple pieces of evidence. While police gang experts often use so-called gang tattoos as circumstantial evidence of alleged gang involvement, in my experience, they never use tattoos alone as definitive evidence of gang affiliation, said David M. Kennedy, a John Jay College of Criminal Justice professor who studies gangs. This is particularly true, whereas here, the tattoos are ambiguous and may reflect things other than gang ties, such as religion, loss, personal transformation, or cultural identity. Our ruling. Trump said Abrego Garcia has had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. The figures M, S, 1, and 3 and the words below the symbols don't appear in other photographs of Abrego Garcia's hand, including one shared by the Salvadoran government. Experts in MS-13 and other gangs said the pictorial tattoos shown are not typical designs for MS-13 or other gangs, and they say that several of those tattoos are commonly used by people unaffiliated with gangs. It's rated pants on fire. And it's so fucking obvious. Like, does no one give a fuck about what is true? Well, I say no one. Most people hate Trump and they call this shit out. But my point is, the people that do believe this crap because they're in a cult, like, do you have absolutely no give a shit about what is true, about evidence, about anything? You just fucking, if your fucking cult god king says something, then it's absolutely true no matter what? I just can't understand that level of stupidity. It's like, I've covered other things before here that are stupid, and I typically call it as is. I call people retarded. I say that if they believed it, they're retarded. I tend to use retard a lot. But I'll say it in other ways. Essentially, but that's what I do. But this here is like, this is the cream of the crop when it comes to like a litmus test to see how stupid someone is. Like, it can't get any more fucking obvious. Trump is a liar. Deal with it. This would be like if I went in, like if I were fucking apprehended and deported, and this tattoo here was used as evidence that I was a fucking member of MS-13. Like, it's just no link at all. It's fucking stupid. Like, he would probably come up with some shit that this kanji symbol right here means MS-13. Like, what the fuck? He'll lie about anything, and he just doubles, triples, quadruples down on it. He just never fucking gives, even though the whole fucking world knows that he's fucking lying. At the very most, we have people who think that Trump is just an idiot and actually believes this is real. But personally, I think he knows he's lying. And typically he always knows. He knew that it was bullshit with the fucking they're eating cats and dogs. Almost all of his lies he knows. He's a sociopath and a narcissist. He just that's his tactic. He just fucking doubles down on it and fucking keeps on, even though everyone knows that it's a fucking lie. Anyhow, that's it for today. Thank you for your time.